completely spontaneous live today. I'm just getting ready to go to get something to eat with my husband. So since I'm getting dressed anyways, I just figured I'd go ahead and go live in case anybody wants to join me. I'm going to be doing a real quick neutral eye look and just putting on my makeup real quick. So I'm using my ABH Brow Wiz. Just going to do some of these basic things while some people have a chance to get notified that I am live and see if anybody wants to join me, which it's fine if nobody can make it. This is actually my very first time to go vertical live, so let me know how you feel about the vertical aspect of it. I don't go live very often. I'm still pretty new to it, but yeah, I just thought I would come and say hi while I'm getting ready for the day real quick. Well, ready to go to dinner real quick. A real casual dinner. I'm just gonna go eat with my husband, like I just said a moment ago before anybody was in the chat. Thank you so much for being here with me. Don't forget to click like if you are new, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Yeah, so I'm just doing my makeup. Not gonna do a lot with the brows, just a little bit. Rare Beauty brow thing. I have the lighting down low, so let me know if the lighting looks okay. I don't even know if I can see chat. Hi, Mayor's daughter. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for joining me live today. And hi, Michelle. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I am just putting on my makeup real quick. I'm gonna do a real quick casual face because my husband is finishing up work and we're gonna go get a quick bite to eat. So I'm going to be doing a quick look with the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette, but first I got to do my face. So kind of trying to move quickly. And oh, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for joining, Mayor's daughter. I'm so excited to have you. I like to do a lot of, special videos that I don't do for my regular channel for my members. So I hope that you enjoy and thank you for joining. Real quick, not doing like a full-on face, just, something to kind of look a little cuter than what I was looking like a minute ago. I do already have my foundation on. I started doing my makeup before I decided to go live, but I started off with this Revlon Illuminance in my newest shade. There's the shade I have. And I have on my Bobbi Brown kind of peachy toned concealer. So I use that as a concealer and a corrector. And I'm using last year's Hourglass face palette because I'm still trying to get the most out of this one. A little bit of bronzer. And then a little bit of blush so I can get onto the eye look. My eyeshadow is always my most fun part. Okay, which blush do you think I should use? Pink or coral? I feel like I'm going to do a bit of a neutral look. Well, yeah, it's going to be a neutral look because I'm using the I Need a Nude palette. But what do you think about pink? Let's go with pink. Picture of Selena. Yes, that is a picture of Selena on the profile of my page. Back when Selena was alive, people used to always, and I was much, much younger, people used to always tell me that I looked so much like her. And, even aside from that, I always really did enjoy her music and was a big fan of hers. And she grew up 2 blocks over from where some of my family is. And so I just felt like a close tie to her and her music or whatever. So anyways, yeah, that's a, a picture of Selena on my profile. I know I've thought about changing it because I don't know, I've just had that there for so long, but I can imagine picking a picture of myself to put as my profile. So I know most people do that, but I don't know. I don't I don't really like pictures of myself. Okay, I'm gonna do the KVD contour palette for just a little bit of like a natural contour. Natural. More like snatchral. Snatch that face a little bit, make it look a little natural. Using the lightest shade with my Eco Tools brush. This one is the one that has the little like contour in it, and I really like it for how it fits right there in the like side of my cheek there. Just like a real quick job. I'm not doing like the best makeup look job right now. I'm just literally trying to get out the door. Okay, I'm gonna buff in the face and get onto the eyes. Okay. So oop, my hair's all everywhere. That's about right though. I'm already starting to sweat because I turned the fan off, and having this ring light on in front of me makes it kind of hot. Anyways, okay, I'm using my MAC paint pot in Painterly, my favorite eye base. I recently found out that this eye base is really good for oily eyes, like oily eyelids, and I don't have oily eyelids, so I didn't realize that. But I really like it, even though I have like regular eyelids or whatever. I don't think that they're dry, and I don't think that they're oily. I think they're just like normal. But yeah, I really like the paint pot a lot. I'm going to try to just get this look done as quick as possible. Okay. And then once I know what the eyes turn out like, I'll pick the lipstick. I have a little bit of this buxom gloss. I have a little bit of this buxom gloss on right now, but once I know how the eye turns out, then for sure I'll pick a lip. Okay, so where's my eye brushes? I washed a good chunk of my eye brushes, so let me just pull them out of the drawer. Hold on. For my eyes. I'm just grabbing a couple of random handfuls. I'm sure I'll be able to find something to use in here. Okay. Oh, I see one I want. Okay. So I'm going to do kind of like a thick, bold crease. I'm using these new Ulta brushes. I really, really like their redone brushes. They're so nice. And I don't want to get too crazy with the look, but I do want to, like, you know, have fun playing with the palette. So I'm just going to start off with this really light shade here in the crease. Ow. I do not have enough space here, and I'm so sorry if the lighting is bad. Let me know if the lighting is bad. Hopefully it's not too bad and you can see, but we're about to find out when I start doing the actual like eyeshadow. Hold on, I have a dog fluff or something that fell on my face and it's itching my cheek. Okay. So I'm gonna probably do my regular go-to kind of boring shape, but hopefully the eyes will turn out, you know, just pretty, so that when my husband is across the table asking me what I want for Christmas, I can bat my eyes at him and give him a super long list. Oh my gosh, I'm horrible. Anyway. So what are y'all doing? Let me know down below. Lighting is good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hi, it's so good to see you, Alicia. Thank you for being here. Ow. I hope I got your name right. I can barely see, and I know like you have a longer full name, but I think that might be like your actual name. Okay, after that, I'm gonna just take this like fluffy Sigma brush. I think it's an E25, and go into this darker tone here next to it. I know some of these shades don't really show up on some people, and so that's kind of, or like that's what I've heard anyway. I haven't like watched it in any videos, but that's some of the feedback that I've gotten in a couple of the videos that I remember posting a while back. And so, yeah, I hope that, you know, maybe they've been able to find a way to use the palette a little bit better for them, because I know that sometimes when I go back and try to take another bite at the apple, I find, you know, better ways to use the makeup for me. Okay, so I feel like that's not quite enough impact. I'm going to do a more detailed brush, one of these new Blend Bunny brushes that I picked up for $12. This is one of my recent things that I'm going to haul with you really soon. I've been kind of out of the loop of filming lately, but I'm going to be doing a haul video. I've got a massive, huge freaking haul. Most of it is my Sephora sale haul, but I've also got some Ulta stuff and some other stuff too. Anyways, this was one of the multiple brush sets that I'm gonna haul with you. Anyways, I picked this up for $12 and I am so happy to have these brushes in my collection. If you've been eyeing them or if you like detailed brushes for eyeshadow, I would say pick them up. They're the Blend Bunny Cosmetics, and they're normally $32, and they're right now, I don't know if the sale is still on, but a few days ago when I checked, the sale was still on. They're $12, and they're pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. Okay. I like the way that looks so far. What do you think? All right. I think that I kind of want to just see what we're going to do with the shimmer. So for a little bit of impact, I'm going to use some glitter glue. And just to make sure that like it sticks where I want it. And I'm going to use this Smashbox concealer brush to just put my glitter glue on both eyes. Yeah, so I had zero intention of going live today. I didn't announce it to anybody. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't even like gonna film my look or anything. And I was just sitting here and I was like, well, why not? Let's just turn on the camera. I haven't been on my channel in a while. I just uploaded my Shop My Stash for the next week, like for the week of Thanksgiving. And so, yeah, I'm going to get that makeup packed up and probably share that in a video with you, like how I pack it up. But I'm using some of that stuff today and then some other stuff that I just like pulled because, you know, this wasn't in my Shop My Stash, but a lot of this other stuff was. Okay, so with a shimmer brush, no, I think I'm gonna just use my finger. I'm gonna go with, let's go with this one in the middle. Okay. Ooh, that looks so good on the glitter glue. I don't think I've done that straight onto glitter glue in the past. Let me use my other finger for the other side. You know, I used to be really against using my finger for eyeshadow, mainly because I don't know, I don't like touching my finger onto things in general, but I kind of just got over it because a lot of shadows really do perform better with your finger. I mean, look at that. I can't get that with a a brush when I try this palette. So I just break down and do it. And I know some people use those little like spongy tip things, but I just don't seem to always have one on hand. Okay, I really, really like the way that looks. Now I got to figure out what to do on the lower lash line. Let me wipe this off. Thankfully, I'm still wearing my house pants and I haven't put on my jeans yet, but I am wearing the t-shirt that I'm going to be wearing for dinner. So, okay. On Amazon Prime Day, I picked up a second one of these Rosen Ben E27 brushes. And I have to say, the quality of the second one is nowhere near as good as the first one that I had bought like 6 months ago or 8 months ago or something like that. This one is like really janky and not quite as dense, but it's the shape of it that I really like. So, okay, for the lower lash line, I'm going to start off with this one. No, let's go with this one here to start off, and then I'll deepen it up a little bit and put some shimmer down there too. Oops, where did I go? Wrong one. This one. I always end up going into the wrong shade. Okay. That's actually a little bit lighter than I was kind of wanting to see, but we're just starting off. It's just kind of to start off the like shading process. I got a little bit low down there. Where is my, that's what I like about the paint pot. You can kind of use the remnants of it from your brush to kind of do little like erasing. If you mess up, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera. If you mess up, you can just kind of like erase with it a little bit. Okay. I guess you can also do that with concealer, but I don't know, concealer is more creamy, and this is more of like a drier cream, and so I feel like I have more control with the paint pot than I do with concealer. That's just me. Okay. I think that looks pretty good for the lower lash line. Now I'm gonna pick a shimmer for the lower lash line. Let's see. Let's do this like darkest one. Where'd it go? Is it this one here at the top? I'm gonna do this one here, kind of like towards the back half, over where I just put that matte shade. Ooh, that looks really pretty. I don't know if you can I don't know if you can see it from this lighting, but in person, it catches just a little like hint of light, even though it's kind of like a deeper gray tone. And so it gives like a little bit of shimmer without it being bright, which is kind of nice for right down there. Okay, and then because I have like almond shaped eyes and they kind of go down in the front like that, like closer than round or whatever, I don't have a lot of space here for the upper part of my inner corner, so I'm going to get a different brush that is way smaller and more detailed. I like this one here from the 𝓜𝒾C𝖍𝖊𝖑𝖑 Amethyst set, and I'm going to use, kind of want something impactful. Let's see how this one here will look in the front part of the lower lash line. I don't think I've ever used that one there, so hopefully I'll be able to see it. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, that catches the light really nicely, actually. I haven't used this palette in a while, and I kind of forgot how much I love it. This is such a good palette. Really, really is. Okay. I feel like I do want something more like for the inner corner now. And let's see. Kind of think I'm going to do that same shade. So I'm going to do that kind of like pinky shade towards the inner part as well with this Sigma E31. And I just share what brushes I'm using just because sometimes people are curious when they're watching and they want to know what brush you're using. Not necessarily so that you can go and like buy the same brush or whatever, but just so that you can, like if you're familiar with what they're shaped like, you can know what shape of brush I'm using. Okay, I kind of like the way that looks. And I'm going to use that same shade in the brow bone. For just a little pop right there. Okay. Then do some blending. Like some kind of all over final touches blending. With a clean brush. Okay, now I got to figure out something fun with some liner. Eyeliner is usually one of my favorite parts, so let's pick an eyeliner. I do have, you know, actually, I know most people do this step first, but in my Shop My Stash, I pulled this Pat McGrath little black liner that I don't hardly ever use. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a smoky liner. I know most people do the smoky liner before they put the shadow down, but I really like my dark shades to be really intense and dark, so I didn't want it to like be covered up. Plus I had zero intention of using this at the beginning. So, you know, maybe I would have put it down if I would have planned it better, but I'm just gonna see if I can smudge that out real quick before it dries. What am I gonna use? That might be too thick. Okay, I'm gonna use this Singe Beauty. Oop, I moved you. I'm so sorry. There you go. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm gonna use this Singe Beauty lower lash line brush. I'm gonna be real careful because I don't want to move my upper eyelid skin very much, which is why I highly recommend if you're into eyeliners, especially if you're trying to like smudge them or whatever, I highly recommend using higher end eyeliners because you don't have to tug on your eye and you don't have to pull your skin to get it to glide onto your skin. I found that like a lot of the lower end eyeliners, you have to tug more at your skin. And I feel like I waited too long to start smudging because I was yapping. So let me add a little bit more. And in this bald spot right there that I see. I'm probably also going to go back over this little smudged line with some sort of a shimmer or something, just for some fun. Okay, I do feel like that got a little smoky looking. Not quite enough though, so I'm going to go over that with some shadow. Hold on. Back into the I Need a Nude. Just using that darkest shade kind of to, there we go. So using that as a base with the shadow over it kind of gives this like dark smoky line a place to stick so that it doesn't just like fluff away into my shimmer. Okay. Love the way that looks there. I'm gonna go ahead and just curl my lashes and add a wing and then some mascara too. Sorry for that noise. My Rephr lash curler, if you're curious. Am I gonna add a wing? I don't think I am. I kind of like this like little smoky outer edge. It's kind of different from what I normally do. So I'm gonna just go in and finish it off with my Essence Cosmetics. Why did I say that? My Essence Call Me Queen mascara. This one has probably got another maybe 3 to 4 weeks to go before I have to declutter it, but I have been really enjoying it. And sorry if you hear some snoring in the background. That's my Shih Tzu that's right there next to the couch. I mean, next to me on the couch. He snores when he sleeps and when he's awake too. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why I don't smudge my lashes. I mean, my eyeliner, because as you can see now, it makes it really hard to see my lashes. I do like the way that the smoky eyeliner looks, but I just feel like it makes it hard to see my lashes. And it's because I don't wear false lashes. You know, I try to do things that don't hide my lashes too much, but I'm going to double it up with another one, like another mascara. I'm going to probably pull out my Give Beauty and see if I can get, no, I'm going to use the Benefit Fan Fest, and that'll probably help amp them up a little bit. So let me do that in a second. Yeah, so comment down below and let me know, what is the weather like where you're at? It is a beautiful fall day here where I am. I feel so grateful and blessed and thankful for that. It is sun shining. We have a high of 65. That's Fahrenheit, of course. I have no idea what that is in Celsius, so I apologize for that. But it's a really, really beautiful day, and it's actually been really cold at night, like in the 40s, which, you know, is a little colder than I'm used to for this time of year even. But I'm kind of hoping that we might get some actual real weather. Like, hold on, I don't want real weather. I want some real coldness for the holidays. It snowed yesterday. Wow, 42 in Kentucky. That's pretty chilly for the daytime. Like for me, I'm not used to any real weather. Okay, this mascara is definitely amping up the eye. I like that a lot. Yeah, see the difference that made? Wow, I really see it. So maybe I will start smoking out my eyeliner a little bit more now that I have a mascara that can amp up my lashes enough to where you can see it over the smokiness. All right, I feel like that's pretty good. I do need to do some waterliner, and I feel like I need some, sorry to bump you. I need some eyeliner on my lower lash line. So one sec. Let's see. which shade? I've got this like cool, like this kind of warm shade from Urban Decay, or this more like cool tone brown from Natasha Denona. I think the cool tone brown for this particular look. I'm just gonna put that right at the lash line to kind of accentuate the lashes a little bit more before I put some mascara down there. And I usually do my waterliner after I do my mascara, because when I put my lower lash mascara on, I get it on my waterline sometimes. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna use a Too Faced Better Than, no wait, got confused. I use the Benefit Bad Gal Bang on my lower lashes in brown. Maybe today would actually be a good day to do black lashes, since I have on a black t-shirt and kind of like a smoky eye, but so that I keep the heaviness kind of at the top, I'm gonna stick with brown, because it is like 4:30 in the afternoon or something like that. I'm going kind of for an early meal because, well, it's just easier for my digestion that way. Hello, middle-aged. Anyway, yeah, so a little bit of mascara. Ooh, don't stab yourself in the eye, girl. Okay. I think that the eyes are pretty good. Now I'm gonna pick a lip, which honestly, maybe I should do a liquid lip because I'm gonna be eating, or maybe I should do a lip that is easy to wipe off. Let me do that one. I'm gonna do this e.l.f. liner that I pulled in my Shop My Stash. So if you wanna see some of the makeup that I'm using, check down below. Once this live is over, I will link my Shop My Stash down in the description box so that you can see, if you're curious, some of the makeup I'm using. Sorry, I gotta stop talking, hold on. Okay, so you can see some of the makeup I'm using. Trying to make myself look like I have a lip job, so hold on one second. Okay, there's the bottom lip. I just made it look like super huge compared to what it was a minute ago. All right, let me do the next part. Sorry that you're so quiet. My dog also stopped snoring, so it got like really quiet. So sorry about that. And also, so sorry I'm not reading the comments. I will catch up with the comments here in just 1 second. Okay. Little bit of gloss. Just kind of blur that away a little bit. I'm gonna use my, so like I recently got a brownie shade and a pinky shade in the Buxom lip glosses. I haven't used these in probably 15 years at least, maybe 20. Anyway, they were in the Ultra 21 Days of Beauty. And since I'm so into like kind of brown neutral lips right now, I figured I would pick up more of a brown gloss. This is kind of like my first ever brown gloss besides a Maybelline lifter that I picked up from the drugstore one time. But I had to get rid of that because those make me break out. So does the Lawless Forget the Filler. Makes me so sad because I love those glosses. Both the Maybelline one and the Lawless one. They're both so nice, but I get little bumps on the sides of my mouth, and so I can't wear those glosses. Anyway, thankfully, I haven't had any issues with this Buxom one. Okay, so I don't think I like that lip with this eye look. This eye look is too cool tone. Let me wipe this off. I'm so sorry. 1 second. I'm reneging on the lip. Hold on. Okay. Thankfully, I didn't do a liquid lip that was that color. Let's try something else. 1 second. Good old trusty KVD. I'm going to do my KVD liquid lip, even though I wanted, hold on, Michelle just said that I wanted to do something I could wipe off. Okay, hold on one more time. Okay, let's try this shade from e.l.f. I don't think I've ever used this, and it looks kind of warm. It's looking a lot brighter on camera, but I feel like it'll bring out more of the peachy tones, and I might even dip back into the palette and pop in a little bit of that peachy tone up here on the crease to make it match. So hold on, let's see. Yeah, that's way too bright. Oh gosh. Do you struggle matching your lips with your eye looks the way that I do? Like, I usually go through a few renditions of lip combos before I have, why did I do that? Oh my God. Before I have the right lip shade. I thought I was like grabbing the tube to twist it, and I grabbed the actual lipstick tube instead, like the bullet of the lipstick. So I got lipstick all over me. Oh my gosh. Yes, I'm always like this. Okay, I don't like that shade. I'm gonna try something a little bit warmer on top of it. These are all e.l.f. shades. I have no idea what they're called either, because I can't see, but ooh, that's better. Yeah, that's taking down some of the warmth. And bringing it more into the eye look. Okay, and then just to really pull those together, I'm gonna take a soft, big, fluffy brush here, and let's see. I think this one here, this kind of like dusty rose here, I'm gonna just tap a little bit into that, not too much. I'm gonna just bring that up here into the outer part of the crease, a little bit more, because that wasn't quite enough. If I was using my rougher brushes, that small tap would have been enough, because rougher brushes pick up more than the synthetic ones. But okay, I don't know if you can tell, it's really subtle, but I added just a little bit of that peach, and I feel like now it goes with the lip better than this eye does. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I like it better. And it also kind of blended out that edge a little, which is nicer. So, okay. Now I just need a little bit of highlight and I'm good to go. Okay, so for the highlight, I'm going to go back into my Hourglass palette. Let's see what I have here to use for highlight. I'm just going to use this fluffy eyeshadow brush that I have right there, because I don't want to get too carried away. I just want a little bit right there. We're getting any shine? A little bit. And a little bit on the nose, just a little bit above the arch of the brow, and tiny bit there. Then I'm gonna just buff that in a little bit with my powder brush, which I didn't even powder today, but this Revlon foundation, like if you go in really light, I feel like it kind of sets itself. So, all right, I am ready to set the face. I'm gonna use a little bit of my Urban Decay. I don't normally set my face here because I don't like to spray the background, but I'm gonna try to keep it on my face. Okay. Normally I get kind of carried away and spray all over the place, but it's just going to be a short-lived makeup look. So really setting spray wasn't even necessary. Okay, something looks wrong with my face. Nobody feel the need to comment there. I just mean, like, I feel like something doesn't look right. I think the blush. I feel like I need more blush. If you know me, you know I love me some blush. So no shocker there that I feel like I need more blush. I'm gonna just get this little Moda brush and a little bit of this NARS kind of like orangey blush. I have no idea what shade that is. I'm gonna just, that's not the right brush for that. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna take a little blush brush. That's right, I forgot. This is a baked gelée formula, and so it is really hard to pick up. You gotta kind of like scrub into it. There we go, now I got something. Oh, much better. Yeah, I just needed some color on my face. It was just like too See, that's like what probably most people walk out of the house with for, you know, kind of like a more demure blush, but I want to look flushed. I want to look, you know, sunburnt, sun-kissed, embarrassed, clown cheeks, whatever you want to call it. That's how I want to look. I've always loved blush. So anyway, a little bit on the nose, just a little bit, little on the chin. Okay, I do like that so much better. A little bit more color to the face. I feel like it looks a lot better. Now I'm just gonna buff it in. There we go. Okay. Oops, I just grabbed you again. So sorry. I see what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'm kicking something down here and pulling the cord. Anyhow, that is the finished look. For today's look with my Natasha Denona, I Need a Nude. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for my very impromptu live. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to click the like button. It really does help me out so much. Subscribe to my channel to catch more spontaneous live get ready with me's or live whatevers. And I will see y'all in the next one. Thank you again for being here with me. Bye. Hope you have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are. Bye. How do I end this? I don't even know. Okay, there it is. Bye.